Hey guys, it's Dom, and today we are going to be doing a FIFA 13 Ultimate Team squad builder. I'm sorry I haven't done commentary in so long. I just really didn't want to do one. And today we are going to be bringing you an Argentinian hybrid of about 150k, about 175k, includes one man in the match and 3 team of the seasons. So I would say that's actually pretty good and pretty cheap. Now with this team, there are alternates you can use. So it's not all about like different players. So you can like have a couple of 2 different players, which I will tell you. My first in goal, we have the man of the match. We have Courtois. He cost me 33k, and as you can actually see, he actually scored 2 goals for me because I decided to, as far when I was winning so easily in the match, to dribble out with him, and I did, and I scored 1 goal with him, and actually scored a penalty. Could have actually uploaded that to YouTube, but I didn't decide to. He's a really good keeper. He's got some really nice stats, which you can see up on the screen, and he's really good at saving stuff. In my opinion, he is actually better than Casillas. So at centre back we have Mascara, and now the thing is, you can't swap any of the centre backs with Mascara because then it will make the chemistry not 99. It won't be a full hybrid. But Mascara, he is really cheap. He only cost me about 3k. And he's definitely worth it, all the money. And definitely make sure you go and buy Mascara. He's really solid, and he actually seems a bit quick. So now again at centre back we have Campagnaro, the OP Napoli centre back. Now this guy cost me about 2.3k. He is actually really cheap. Well, how OP he is. He's an aerial threat. He's got a really good tackle. He can catch up with pretty much anyone. Highly recommend you buy him. So now another centre back. You already see him. We have team of the season, Rodriguez. Now this guy is really good. Cost me about 17k. He's actually worth it. He plays really well. He seems quite quick. I didn't see his pace 63. I'd say it's about 70. He's got a really nice tackle on him, and I really recommend you go out and buy him. If you need a good player like Rodriguez, his team of the season's really good. I never tried out his normal card, but I highly recommend you get team of the season. So we're going to go straight to left mid now. We have Tevez. He is a really good player. 93 pace, 90 dribbling. Cost me only 12k. He is actually a really good player. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He gets past pretty much anyone and can supply in a really nice cross for any striker to head in if they've got good heading. Now to right mid we have Di Maria, the beast. Now this guy is really goddamn good. 3-star weak foot, 4-star skills, 90 pace, 87 dribbling. His pace seems about 92 for me, and his dribbling seems about 90. I say it's about the same as Tevez, and they're both awesome players, and they're really good at putting in crosses. I think Di Maria might have the edge of shooting, but he is a really good player, and he has a better all-round stats than Tevez. So in CDM we have our second team of the season, Yakub. He's a Premier League player, plays for West Brom, cost me 23k, and he is definitely worth the money. He seems really quick. He used to have a really good tackle, really good work rate. He is a very good player to have in your BPL squad. I would highly recommend him. He doesn't really push up though, so if you want someone who will score goals, if you like Torres with a good longer shot, maybe go with Torres, but Yakub is definitely very good. Now in other CDM we have a really good bargain now. If you had an extra 20k, you could buy inform Lucho Gonzalez. I decided to go with Zanetti because he's only about 1k. He is a really strong player. Really nice pace seems for me. He's got really nice dribbling. His shot's not actually that bad. He's got really good passing. He's really good to play through balls to CAMs or the right mids or the strikers even. And now in CAM we have Carlos Tevez, and again a really good player. It's quite expensive though. Cost me 17k, but I would say he's worth it. He's really good at playing passes. His passing's actually surprisingly really good. So I would highly recommend you go out and buy this Carlos Tevez. He's better in CAM than he is in striker because he's got a pretty nice long shot. I use it to play through balls to the strikers, but if you do need someone with long shots, Tevez definitely the person for you to go out and buy. It's because how good he is and how solid he is on the ball. So now at striker first, we have Fernando Torres, the OP Spanish legend. Now this guy, to be honest, is pretty bad in real life, but he is really good in FIFA. He's got some amazing shot. His pace is just so immense. It's so good, and I really do want to try his man of the match card because you can just tell how amazing this guy is. He hasn't got many goals for me because the thing is I've been trying to maybe score more on the right because I play stronger there. I think I play a bit stronger with Di Maria than I do with Lavezzi. But Torres, happens with him is I use him to pace it and pass it to the other striker, who, as you've already probably seen, it is team of the season Michu. Really good player. Cost me about 47k. He goes from about 45k to 50. He's really good. He has scored some really amazing goals. He's got such good heading. Even though he's probably the most expensive player, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, player in the whole team. He's got some monstrous long shot, monstrous heading. The only annoying thing is he's not always in the box or the headers, but when he is, he will usually score. So here's the team. It's a really good hybrid. There's some really good and cheap players in the squad. I'd highly recommend you go out and buy it. It cost me about 150k to 175k because there are actually alternates. Now I'm actually going to tell you what those alternates are probably actually going to be in a minute. So what I was saying is there are alternates with this squad, and I recommend you get it. There's some really cheap players, but now I'm going to show you who the alternates are. So with Rodriguez, you can rather get Samuel. He's higher rated, but I would say Rodriguez is the better player. Samuel, I think, is better in the air, and I think that he's a better aerial threat, and that's the only thing I say better than Rodriguez. Now this alternate is a bit more expensive actually. So Samuel, and I'm not sure. I would recommend Rodriguez, plus because he's cheaper, and I would say probably better. Well, he's not cheaper than Samuel, but you know. So anyway, you can't switch around Mascara and Courtois. I'll tell you who the other alternate is in a minute, but you cannot switch them around because you will lose chemistry, and it will not be 99 chem anymore, which will make it not a hybrid anymore. Because like with Rodriguez is, and I would say he is actually the worst player in the squad, so that's why let's take him out. Show you he's the worst player, but even though he's really good, I would highly recommend you get him. And I'm taking out Courtois because I would say he is probably the best. He's such a good keeper, really, really good. And it was a really tough decision between him and Michu. But what you can do with Courtois is you can actually buy Casillas instead. I did that, and I wouldn't recommend it because it costs about 20k more. But if you want Casillas over Courtois, but if you have the money for Rodriguez and Casillas, I would go for it. But I like Courtois more. Now the second best player in the squad for me. It was so hard between him and Courtois. I had to have two best players. The other one's Michu. He scored so many goals. His long shot's so good, and I highly recommend you go out and buy him. He's worth about 70k. He's not worth the 47. He is worth so much more, and he is an absolute monster. So amazing, so good in the air. So anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this FIFA 13 Ultimate Team squad builder. There are some really good players in this team, and I'm actually just going to show you them now. So while I'm on the screen. So yeah, guys, I do hope you've enjoyed this squad builder from crazygamedom. Bye.